You're now listening to the Music Lifestyle Culture Podcast. Yo, my people, welcome to another episode of the Music Lifestyle and Culture. Welcome my co-host Esther Fluffy. Well gone. What a go on?
Do you know what?
Well gone, sis.
Do you know what?
Sistering.
No, there's no sistering around here. Yeah. What it is because every week you try it, but because you're feeling yourself now, because you dropped two stones and pounds, you proper think you're the shit.
I'm feeling myself.
You're feeling yourself, so
I'm feeling
that's
myself.
why you're calling other people fluffy.
No, but
That's
you
what.
look
But you
a
know
little
what?
bit fluffy though. I'm just saying.
No,
you look
Francis, shut your
a little piece.
No, listen
Just
to
a
me.
little piece. And
Listen.
Xmas is coming up. Christmas is coming up, so that's another £10 pending. and lockdown.
No. Listen to me. This is a point where I've got to be honest with you, because I can be real, innit?
Be real.
So this is a point where, Connor, if you see below, that's the bouncer that started off.
Yeah, you can show all of that.
Look at him.
Look at me now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm giving you your credit where it's due.
Okay.
And I went on the Insta the other day, and you put a picture up, and the caption was builds a strong team so they don't know who the leader is or something. And I looked at it, and I've got to be honest with you, I looked at it and I thought, this fucking cunt.
That's wow, what a rude word.
Because I looked and I thought, he's done it. I've got to put my hands up. You lost the weight and you actually look 100 times better than when you started.
Thank you.
I have to give you the credit.
And I haven't even like
No banter. We don't. Yeah, all right, cool. What I'm saying is, you about warming.
I'm just warming.
Yeah. You've lost the weight.
The physique's coming now.
This is what I'm saying. People are getting techie. The physique. No,
Physique's coming.
No. You've lost the weight. You've done good. That's the end of it. We don't need to hear about this no more. The viewers are tired of hearing about your weight loss.
No, trust me, man. My people, my people, they got me. They got my back. They've got my back. They message me, encourage me. You're doing well. As for you, they message you, say, "Yo, Barlett." They DM
Oh
you
my
like
God.
Barlett.
Listen, and
Barlett.
I'm glad you said that. A disclaimer. I need to put it out there. How dare you send me DMs? I couldn't believe it. Let me see if I can find it. No, I couldn't believe it. I went into went to DM. The guy said, and you know what he had a cheat to say? How are you? Call me Barley. Don't you ever do that. You're not allowed to call me that. The only reason why the hat's on today is because Boris threw us back into a lockdown.
Down.
I had no choice.
So what's gonna happen with the gym and that after like Christmas and
Are you
that?
taking a piss,
I'm
Bert?
just asking.
What do you mean not taking?
Because you're going in on the food, so I'm just asking you. The guy did
All right,
everything's
you
out the
know
window.
what?
I'll start next year, but listen, no, everyone's like, oh,
I've got a home
I'm
gym.
gonna
I've
sign
got
up
a
to the gym
homework.
next
I've got a
year.
home gym.
But there's no what home gym.
Yeah, you got
home gym.
weights.
When?
Weights. You know, ladies can do cardio. We can run. We can go to the park. You know, we don't have to go into the gym. We can do that. What's his name? What's that man's
How
name?
come you ain't done it now?
I have done it, but not everything.
What's happened?
Have you not seen that Insta
What's
thing where it says
happened?
just because it's not shown doesn't mean it's not happening?
Oh yeah,
That's what's been
But I can't see the results. So your face is just looking more.
You're
like,
a
more-
mug. You know what? We're moving on now. We're moving on.
What's going on? What's happening? This episode's recap
Yeah, it's the end of the year.
at end of the year. Yeah,
It's
man.
literally the end of the
We
year.
started it with just us two. So I think we should finish it in the end of the year with just us. That episode with just us two.
Yeah, because the first one was just us.
Yeah.
And
it trended #1 on Twitter. On
on
YouTube.
YouTube. But you know what? Saying that, I think that's a good point to say as well, guys. Like, I just want to thank everybody that has actually supported the podcast,
no, definitely.
because we get so many DMs and so much shares on like people's stories, the music, lifestyle, and culture. And to be fair, without people actually watching it, we wouldn't be in how many episodes we are.
100%, and like we're actually building up a core. Like
Yes.
listeners and people from the ground, like
Yeah.
1, 2, they come and they know
Organically.
in it. So, and it's so hard to even build that up on YouTube, just to build up subscribers. And
Do you know what? It's ironic because the first episode actually did in this room.
Yeah,
Yeah. We were sitting on the salt. Yeah, it was the same one.
we'll finish it in this room.
Definitely. So it's the end of the year. So much has happened this year. Like different things that were like the within this life?
Lockdown, COVID. We went from beginning of the year releasing the mixtape, going Virgil Off-White inviting us to Paris Fashion Week, then coming home to that lockdown.
For me, I remember start of the year, best thing, like we had the there was the GRN Gala.
Yeah.
And that was the last event. That was amazing, like champagne reception and beautiful, proper event that was put on. That was it. That was the last thing. And then after that, I think you went to Paris after.
Yeah, we went to Paris around that time, yeah.
And then you came back and then we just went straight into a lockdown. That was March.
3 weeks after that, yeah, went into a lockdown. Yeah, it was crazy.
Mm.
During lockdown, that was when everything was shut.
Yeah.
Not one thing was open. Like, the supermarkets, but that was it. There was no... Do you know what ripped me off? It was the Costa Coffee.
What do you mean?
It was not open.
Yeah, but because it's not an essential shop.
I have a coffee every single day. Every single day I drive through. I got a drive through near my house. And I even say to Turk, even when we're on our way home, like drive to Costa, I have a coffee every single day.
But this is the thing, people probably don't want to hear this, but I've never understand people
Flat
that drink
white,
coffee.
Oat milk, bam.
Yeah, but I'm not a coffee
Flat
drinker.
white, coconut milk, lovely.
So when that wasn't open, what did you make it at home?
It's just the little things. They obviously remind me of prison because it's just the little things that you took for granted, innit? I know everyone can relate to the little things when they're in lockdown. Just little stuff that they took for granted.
Do you know what I think? For me as a female, like the little things for me was like, girls, we need to be able to do our own hair.
Hair, nails,
the lot,
shave,
because
pum, everything.
No, about
that. Though, isn't it? Like,
no, but
on a grown thing, though, like
the whole beauty thing for me was like, because I remember looking at myself in lockdown, like, raw. I was all seeing my family like, you all right? I said, I'm in the same fucking lockdown as you. That's why I look like this. Do you get what I'm saying? It's because everything, hair, nails, just the whole routine, like your refills come off or your shellac, you don't know how to get it off.
Lashes,
just the little things. I know that beauty's not the be all and end all.
No, but you want to feel good within yourself,
exactly,
and mental health wise. And
did you get a haircut in the lockdown?
Of course, I did. I didn't do it properly. I'm not saying, but I'm just telling you.
You cut your hair yourself?
No, I mean I didn't do the lockdown properly. I don't care. Like I'm telling you, I didn't do it properly. You know what I mean? Like,
but it affected you though, as in mentally.
Did it mentally affect me? I've done lockdown for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Worse. So it did affect me. I'm happy. I'm good. Like even now, I'm happy to stay in my house.
It definitely affected myself. Like
because do you know why? It's like it's something, and I don't. Even when people that are in prison, they're like, "Oh, we done this. You lot are just moaning about this." Yeah, because no one hasn't experienced it. No one else hasn't experienced it because everyone has been law-abiding citizens. Everyone's hasn't committed. Do you know what I mean? They haven't got in trouble or haven't got caught, so they shouldn't. We shouldn't be like, "Oh, you're crying over a lockdown," because mentally, it's affected a lot of people, and you don't even know what's going on in households. I remember I watched this bot set a couple of days ago, The Fall, and it's about some guy he hunts like brunettes and kills them, and you know, like he's got some fetish, like, do you know what I mean? But it makes me realize when you're behind closed doors, you don't even know. Like when he was little, he got molested. Like he got, do you know what I mean? It makes you realize like some of the people that actually have to be home, they might not even want to be home. They might be they might be in thingy relationships where their partners are beating. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Kids. Do you know what I mean? So imagine being that. I would like to see the deaths, like of people dying of suits. Like I guarantee, like I know this year's been it's at the high. You know what I'm trying to say?
But that's the thing. I said it before. For me, the lockdown, I consider myself to be a mentally strong person. But during the lockdown, like I struggled the first one because it was the isolation.
Yeah.
Because even though you have family and friends, I remember waking up. I think I've said it on the previous podcast. I remember waking up and saying like, is this really happening? Because when you're rising in the morning with the sun, nothing's moving. And that's how it is for the whole
It
day.
was-
There's no cars.
Yeah.
It was like a
It was
movie.
a negative place, isn't it?
Yeah.
And separate, and another thing, remember, there was nothing to achieve, like there was nothing to congratulate people for. So when I was on Instagram, this is why I locked off my Instagram, because man's on Instagram, I'm going on lives, I'm seeing people offer out people, but it's more in a negative way. You get me? And you got the people or the fans, or you got the people in the comments like, what about this person? They're just triggering. It's like, but you don't. But these people that's in the comments, yeah, you might get a flipping a Leon from Cheshire or something. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that you ain't lived man's life. So when you're writing these and you're making these other people react, like this is actually turning into a proper role. Like when we come off lockdown, Leon, you might be responsible for maybe getting slapped over. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like when I saw that, I just thought this is mad. Like it's mad negative. Do you know what I mean? And that's what made me come off the socials and be like, let me spend more time with my mum and just regroup my thoughts. Do you know what I mean? And come back stronger, because no one wasn't posting anything positive.
You didn't learn about Windrush in that time, though, did you?
Oh, you trying to send for me?
I'm just saying.
My mum watches this, you know, so don't make her bring this back up.
Because but to be fair, I feel like the whole Insta Live and all that stuff during the lockdown, a lot of people reacted in different ways, but I do think that mental health at that time was very unstable for a lot of people, and we take it for granted because we might consider ourselves to be okay. There's people out there, they don't know no better than trolling. Not that that makes it okay, but some people literally only had their phone throughout the whole of lockdown. They didn't have no family. I'm not saying it's right, but I feel like even the Insta Lives, every time I went on Instagram, somebody was doing a live. And it was just like, I feel like people actually needed to feel like people were around them because people were losing it. And then what I find upsetting is that the government, they're aware of obviously the mental health being on the rise and the depression. And, you know, I have friends who they wanted to commit suicide during the lockdown because they were in relationships where their partners were hitting them, domestic violence, but they didn't know who to go to and who to speak to because the message was very clear that there's nowhere that they could put them if they wasn't in a refuge. But a lot of people were stuck during that time. And since we've come out of that lockdown, the help still isn't there for people. A lot of people's mental health has deteriorated. And for me, that's one thing about 2020 that I didn't like. I just felt like it was responsible for a lot of people's mental health deteriorating.
No, definitely.
110%. It wasn't comfortable.
Definitely. And then obviously during lockdown,
you had your fun with House Party. You were in there talking shit all the time.
Was you on House Party?
I got one invite, and that was for my friend's birthday. Rachel made us all gather for one of our mates' birthdays, and we had.
How do you know I was in there talking shit?
Because you was gladfully telling everybody on Instagram that you was in there. Oh, I'm in this room. I'm in this house. You was loving it, bruv. Just admit it, Mansa. I think you've even said it on air before. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm not ashamed of House Party.
Don't you worry about that. You spent a lot of time in there, though, didn't you? Because it passed the time. Yeah. It's.
I was on the House Party.
Yeah.
I was on the House Party. What?
Yeah.
What
no, that's what I'm saying. It was something that you used as a tool for you during in lockdown. It was one of the things that everybody just started doing.
Yeah, House Party was lit. Get me? Leave me on the House Party. It was lit. We was there. It was lit. It's what it is, you know. What do you want me to say?
Nothing more to say.
You know me? I remember I'm a man that I'll go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night. So if I'm at home, I'm dropping asleep.
9 o'clock at night.
9 o'clock at night. I'll fall asleep. Now. I'll fall asleep now. 9 o'clock at night and then wake up at 2 in the morning. Like, raw.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if I'm home, I'll fall asleep. One time I'm home. The House Party, I won't go and sleep till like 3, 4 in the morning. I'm up. What are you doing? Up with my cap on. I ain't even got a trim in my yard. I got a cap on in my yard.
Yeah.
There's rooms and that man's going in houses that's going on, and I seen the man them, everyone's just there. Same old people just there. Yeah. Everyone was the whole world was dealing with it, boy.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
That lockdown was real. We were all in it together.
And then obviously the whole Black Lives movement came through afterwards.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. That was a big change of the world though.
The
No
Black
matter
Lives
what.
Matters.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Did you attend one of the marches?
Of course I did. I
Yeah,
attended like 3 of them.
Yeah.
4 of them.
It was for me I can't pronounce the word. Solidarity. Thank you very much, Beans. The solidarity that was shown during that time, I think it was immense because a lot of people just came together, like literally all in the name of making sure that people understood that Black lives do actually matter.
Yeah.
It's not something that was seen all the time. It was unfortunate circumstances, don't get me wrong, because it all, correct me if I'm wrong, it's spatted out of the whole George Floyd, the incident in America.
Yeah.
But the Black Lives Matter in the UK, it was amazing because I found that a lot of people developed that because, correct me if I'm wrong again, that then rolled into us understanding the importance of a Black Pound Day.
Yeah, it did. And I feel like now, even in the UK and a lot of work, that they need to be careful with the people that they employ. They need to make sure our people are in certain positions. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, yeah, man. That's something that will help our kids. Do you know what I mean?
Elaborate on that. What do you mean when you say like? Do you mean like small community organizations, or do you mean just on the whole?
Yeah, just on a whole, because it's like we're powerful, innit? We're powerful anyway. We come together. We all shut down the place. No, I'm telling you, we come together. We'll shut down the place. If something happens to our sister or our brother and we're not happy about it, and we rant on socials, it will shut it down. We will make too much noise, and that's what they're scared of. Do you know what I mean? So, I think that will help. Do you know what I mean? And this year, will never ever be forgotten.
No,
never.
This year is, I said it. This year is the year where our children are taught this in history. That's what they will be taught about. But you mentioned about people coming together and being a voice for the community. I have to shout out Sideman.
Yeah.
Because he's one person throughout 2020. His voice has been very vocal in making his thoughts and feelings known about certain things. And I think he had a position and he stepped down from it, from the radio.
Yeah.
It was a radio, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He stepped down from his radio position. But a lot of people, I think 2020 gave the Black community a voice to be able to know that it's okay to say that as a people, Black people, we're not happy about how we're being treated and we do matter. Whereas before, I feel like people felt like if we spoke too much or made too much noise, we'd be judged on that, or people try and draw the racism card. You get what I mean? I feel like the Black Lives Matter just gave people the comfortability to know that we do matter. And if we stand together, we can make sure our voices are heard even in an even wider capacity.
You're now listening to the Music, Lifestyle and Culture podcast.
So yeah, the Black Pound Day, and there's been a few of them since it started. People just invested into Black community, black businesses.
Yeah.
I've been more conscious of that as well since Black Pound Day. Like if I'm on Insta and I see, I can't remember the name of the company, forgive me. There's a company that does like black rucksacks with like black girls on the front for little school girls. I'll purchase one for my niece. So if I see a book, but that came out of Black Pound Day.
Nice.
Swiss and Since 93 initiated that. So yeah, that was something positive.
And a lot of people this year, because of obviously the pandemic and what's been happening, a lot of people's opened up their own businesses.
100%.
And a lot of people's doing a lot of like online
mentoring,
creative. We got a podcast, you know what I mean? Online, online streaming. That was the way forward, innit? To kind of adapt to receiving an income, innit? In the comfort of your home.
2020 forced people to think outside the box, 110%. If you didn't know what you were gonna do before, it kind of like, if you were reliant on like a 9 to 5, a lot of people got more creative.
Yeah.
And then even yourself, because within lockdown,
yeah,
the birth of Wicked and Bad Entertainment.
The birth of Wicked and Bad Entertainment. Wicked and Bad Entertainment. It's like a quantity game, innit? It's pay-per-view, live streaming, and it was very important for me to put music and entertainment, like music and boxing together as entertainment. People love entertainment. KSI, Logan Paul, man was inspired by that. It was inspired by Logan Paul's best friend. He was a dwarf Mamba. Dwarf Mamba is one of the biggest famous dwarfs in the world. Obviously, Little Man's called out Dwarf Mamba. So from even before quarantine, but it really kicked in. We thought, what can we do to build something? So we built Wicked and Bad entertainment live streaming platform, because we know once things goes back to normal, we can get the big arenas, we can get people in the stadiums watching fights. So yeah, we had the first fight with a French artist, a French fighter called Salim, obviously Little Man, and yeah, it went viral. Yeah, it went viral.
Do you think that if lockdown didn't happen, that would have been something that you would have done, or do you actually feel like lockdown made you think? As I said,
definitely would have done it, because we put it out on the socials before lockdown. This with Dwarf Mamba, so we definitely would have done it. But it maybe from me not managing Dig That No More, and me trying to adapt into like, okay, it's survive the fittest now. What am I gonna do to do you know what I mean? So what next power move I'm gonna do? And that was the next power move that I picked, and obviously it wasn't just me, it was a team thing, and we delivered it, and it's gone crazy. And the stuff that we got planned for 2021, 2022 and whatever is, yeah, it's crazy. And the doors and the lives that is changed. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Things have a domino effect that people don't realise. So sometimes you can have your mind fixated on like, this is what I'm known for. But when you find the strength to like change your direction, sometimes doors open that you didn't even know existed. You didn't even know there was even a entrance there.
100%. For me, I am a doer. Like, you see me, like, obviously Clubhouse, you got a lot of people that show their opinions, and they have done fuck all. Like, that's the facts of it. And I'm not saying that it's not on there for everyone's entitled to their opinion, because you're right. But you see me, I am a doer. Like, I'm doing this. I'm known for doing this. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm doing it. Like, there's no, we're doing this, we're doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that obviously we kept grounded. I'm building up a self-made multi-million-pound company, and I'm with the same people, my same friends, the same people around me that we're gonna build it with. Do you know what I mean? And it's gonna open up more and more doors. Oh yeah.
And that's what it's about, providing opportunities for other people as well.
100%.
Because there's so many people out here that have got talents, whether that be, it might even just be admin.
Yeah.
It might be something so small like admin, but they help to create mad databases for whatever it is that people are doing. And that's why I like, the whole entertainment thing that you're doing, because what people don't see the behind the scenes, and there's a lot of opportunities that have been given to people.
Loads of opportunities, loads of people. I've got a team of like 15 people that's working behind the scenes doing that. And yeah, it's literally just the start. So you'll see there's a big announcement coming. So yeah, there's a big one coming. Big one. So I'm excited about that. And 2021, God willing, it will just progress and progress and progress.
To be fair, the big announcement, they're going to be really shocked about it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, if I leak the paperwork about Turkey first,
you
ain't going to be happy. You ain't going to be happy.
You tried to put that in. You need to go Turkey.
Bouncer's going to come in 2021. All right, guys.
Baldy.
And he's already picked. I'm not bald. Boris put us in a lockdown, so I had to wear a hat today. I couldn't go to.
You guys,
he's going in January. He's going in January. He's going in January. Trust me. He's got a shabby. Listen,
when got bare banter,
when you see what he's got one of the top surgeons for hair transplants. You see when Bouncer puts that promo out, it's a wrap. They're going to be inundated. They're going to be inundated. But moving along.
You like that one. You got that one, innit? I'll let you have that one still. I'll let you have that one.
You know why you got to let me have it? Because you know it's true. Well, I'm telling
Not
you,
true.
people, when you see Bouncer, he's gonna have you're gonna think he's got a wig on. That's
Listen,
how bad it is.
1 year, 2
You're gonna
years,
think
3
he's got-
years, my head is gonna still be the same. Right now, if anything, it's gonna get more thinner. Don't
It's
listen to her. Next minute, in 3 years, it will be fully bald. You get me? If anything, I'm gonna pay for my beard. You get me? So my beard.
Do you use beard oil?
I know I need to use all of that. I don't use nothing. That's why my head is all thin.
There's a really good. I'm
You
shit.
don't use no oil on yours because your thing's the same.
No,
same
mine-
like mine.
you
You
can-
get me?
listen,
same
like I
like mine.
said,
We can
you-
take picture together.
We can take
and
picture
both got
together.
violence,
I
you get
don't
me?
have a
But I'm
violent
boy,
bouncer.
so
I
it's
got
calm.
my
You see
hair.
me?
My hair looks
You
good
see
more
me?
time. The only reason why it's not, as I said.
You get me?
All right, moving
you know,
along.
on the gram,
But
they're
the
like,
pe- the
"Was it- it's
people-
the fluffy for
the-
me."
the
That's
pe-
what they say. It's the fluffy for me.
No, bounce. Do you know? And do you know one thing I will say? You see, this podcast is giving people rise to think that they've actually got. People call me fluffy. People call me barled, rude. All because, but it's cool.
Good.
Bounce is
They
cool, man.
send for man as well.
I'm telling you.
Always.
What?
They always send for me.
Of course they do. They message all the
I
time.
just smile
Yeah.
because if I saw them in person, I'll punch them right in the face.
We're not promoting violence, guys. We're going to move on from. You know what? That brings us on to the
Put
next
down
thing.
the knives. I punch them in the face.
That's going to bring us on to the next thing of
It's true though.
the next thing of
It's true.
2020. The rat beef, the female rat beef.
Now I feel like honestly though, is that in the UK they don't really rate female artists like that, the rappers. I feel like once the rap beef is, they're rating it. They rate it a lot. So,
What do you mean?
so I just mean that the views are always less than the boys. Like this, they don't. It's not the female rapper. It's not like the fans are not. They're not. It's not like America where you got a younger man that people are fucking with it. They're not really fucking
Like
with the
a
rappers
Nicki
over
or-
here. They're not. So I feel when there's rap beef now, they're fucking with it. Like they
'cause
they
they're-
like it.
they're
And
everywhere. They're all over the
bars,
blogs.
They're all hard though. They're all hard. The rapper, like all the females are hard. So I reckon I did look at it in a different way before, but now I look at it, I feel like that might be just be the only way that they can, from that traction, then they can start dropping more music. And it's like, yo, like did you she murked my girl and this one's come. Get me? I know. It's not as serious as the males. Not as serious. They're not pulling up really like that. And they're not.
Do you know what
fighting
I
each
think
other.
now? Do you know what I do think? I think the females, once they're beefing, they ain't chatting to each other. That's what I personally think.
No, they're not chatting to each other, but the males, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones, isn't it?
But there's been so
on the
much of it in
socials, people can talk on whatever they want to talk about. But on real life,
Yeah.
people are seeing each other on real life, and
people
it's
getting
and it's real life stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. Do you know what I mean? It like social media is not as. It's
So
not
you
real
think
life.
the female beef is entertainment?
It is. Who's been smacked up?
No, we're not again.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Stop putting disclaimers about we're not promoting violence.
Mm.
We're being for real though. Like who have you seen? Have seen someone at the shop and someone's tried to punch them in their face or tried to smack man up? You ain't seen.
But because
It's
the
not
point I'm trying to
happening,
make is because it's a lyrical war.
Yeah, and that's good.
Mm.
And I'm happy that it's a lyrical war. And from that, they're getting exposure. So big up the females. Big up all of them, innit? Big up every single one of them. Obviously, because that when they're trying to just do the rap things, like these people are not even rating it as much as
They should.
they should be.
They should be,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's kind of annoying.
You are now listening to the Music, Lifestyle and Culture podcast. So, Bouncer,
Yo.
Clubhouse. I know we spoke
Clubhouse.
about this in the other podcast, but
Yeah.
how are you finding it from the podcast where we spoke about it? Because I've been in some rooms, and I have to say, big up the Black sisters, yeah,
Yeah.
because there is some positivity
Rooms, yeah.
going on Clubhouse.
Yep.
Females in the music industry,
They're dope.
females about sickle cell.
Yeah.
The list is endless. Vashti from all the list is endless.
Yeah.
Big up the females, because you know what? All right, Clubhouse has its flaws, which I'm sure we'll come on to, but women are coming together on the app and talking about their experiences. They're coming together and connecting and saying to other females, if I can do this, you can do it as well.
Yeah.
One room I went in, they were very careful about, when you bring people to the stage, they were very clear. This is, although you see us up here and we're known, we're bringing anyone up to the stage to talk because we want to hear your experiences and what you think of what we're doing. So yeah, I think Clubhouse for me, I've chosen to only go into certain rooms, positive rooms. And I just think, you know what, big up the females, because there's a lot of people, America, etc. People are really connecting, and they're just, whether or not it's not real life, people are giving people advice.
No, that's
Do you know what I mean?
It's more real life than anything else because it's like it's live. You're live doing a podcast live, basically, innit? And yeah, there's a lot of I've seen them rooms. I ain't gonna lie, the black females, they're running it.
Some of the names that I'm not gonna. Some of the people that are in the
they're
rooms,
running it.
And it's not.
They're running
There's
it.
no, what's the word? There's no tree. I can't remember what the name is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's why when I haven't made a room for time, but the last room that I made was a creative room. There was one of my brethrens. He looks after like hundreds of TikTok. He's got a TikTok platform. He's got a house. He's got a big YouTube house. You know what I mean? That he looks after influencers. So I made a room where people can ask questions and how to market their songs via TikTok, and it educated myself because more time I go into rooms and I just rather listen. I don't even want people
100%.
bringing me up to talk.
100.
People are bored of what I gotta say. Let me just hear.
Finally,
get me.
you
Shut
realise?
up, man.
Because I'm bored sitting there, bruv. I'm like, how long have we got left?
Oh, love it, man. You love everyone knows your voice is jarring. Anyway, I just like to listen into in the audience of the up and coming people with experience and what gems that I can get and how can I enhance it. Because when I come out of Clubhouse, I enhance.
But you know what?
Stuff.
I think it depends on the kind of
I
person
get to
you
work.
are. Because I'm dyslexic, I'll be in Clubhouse writing things down.
Yeah.
That's how I am on the end of my phone because that's my way, innit? And I've been, people are teaching me things and I write stuff down because some people that are speaking to me in those rooms, I would never be able to be in a room with them.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste the opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just depends how you use it. But I definitely think Clubhouse is something that's come out of 2020.
It is what it is. It's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? So I'm in rooms with people that is a banter room, but it's not as big, but it's blessed. I like the people that got good energy and it's just calm. Like people just there like having general conversation, and I like them rooms because sometimes it's not always talk about music.
Exactly.
Like it gives me anxiety. Just keep talking about the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So, and then you got some rooms that are controversial.
But you know what? It has its place because for me as well, like I've got my own business, living with dyslexia, and I've met so much people. I've been in rooms about that and they've helped me to write like business plans. It's just, I think it just really depends what you want to get out of the app and how you use it and if you're going to get it. And there's so much that you can learn from it. You just have to make sure that you're positioned in the right rooms.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line,
100%.
110%. But yeah, today wasn't a specific topic. Today was just for us to basically sit down, have a chat, discuss bits and bops, relapse, and just to say thank you to everybody that supported the podcast so far.
Yeah, man. And what can we get more? What are we getting more from Esther for 2021?
Well, to be fair, this is my words of wisdom section. But you know what? As people know, like I work in the music industry and I love it. I enjoy it, but I also have a 9 to 5. And outside of like the whole music industry stuff, like I'm dyslexic myself and dyspraxic. And my learning difficulties affected my life in a major way, but I've still managed to get a degree and a master's. So, I've got my own company, and for 2021, my main focus is providing apprenticeships for young people or adults that have got learning needs, but they're not able to get certain jobs because their disability affects their life in certain ways, or they feel like, they don't have the confidence. So that's my focus for next year, to be able to provide opportunities, because a lot of people don't understand that because you have a learning disability, that shouldn't exempt you from society. And I know this podcast is music, lifestyle and culture, but I represent people from that community. And I just want to make sure that for next year, I show everybody that it's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of, because many people say to me, oh my gosh, but we don't see people like you with a disability. And I think to myself, what does that even mean? But that's my focus for next year, along with raising my profile in terms of my music company management, No Limit Management. I'm getting tongue tied here. Those are my main focuses. And I also don't want to put too much pressure on myself for 2021. I'll tell you that now. And my reason for that is because 2020 has been a very difficult year. And I just want to say to people, if you set out to achieve a goal this year and you didn't get to do it, that doesn't make you a failure. There's people all over the world that have had to stop because of the position that the world has been in. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't mean you didn't try hard enough. To make it through this year alive, healthy and breathing, you've achieved something. 2021, just focus on maintaining, getting through that year, because we don't know what it's going to look like. We have to be honest. We have no idea, but just continue to remain positive. If you feel like you don't have an idea of what it is that you want to do, just take the time out to research, look at different things, because people have got talents within them, but you might not be able to see them now or recognize them, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Clear up your Instagram, delete all the negative pages, focus on making 2021 better than what 2020 was. That's what I would say to everybody.
Sick.
I don't feel like I even had a breath there, like a break.
Sick.
What have you got planned for 2021 outside of the January announcement?
Outside the January announcement, outside the motherfucking
and the hair
Christmas
transplant, obviously.
That's don't make me
What have you
rinse
got?
you for
But
2
just
minutes
answer
straight.
the question.
I'll just
You
cuss
can't
you for
rinse
2
me, bruv,
minutes.
because Connor
2
will
minutes
edit
straight.
that shit.
You get me? Cool.
What have you-
You're on Connor to edit it.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. What have you
Yeah.
got planned for 2021?
Invite V.
No,
V-
V's not Nah.
Invite her back on there.
V's not coming
Done
back
your
on
done.
it. V, I'm meant to be your manager. You've done me on my podcast. You're not coming back on it. Go on.
I got planned. Obviously, me and Young Kings, the Instagram page. It's like the second biggest Instagram page in the UK. 3.7 million followers. We're launching a freestyle platform. So for me, I'm trying to create something where viral moments, or create something that adds to the culture. So it'll add it. So people going on that platform is only going to add, and God willing, someone's music goes viral from it, and their management team and their career starts from man's own thing, like from man's freestyle platform. So that's something to look forward to, and that's something I'm looking for it to grow bigger and bigger. Obviously we've got Wicked and Bad live streaming, boxing and music. We'll be booking big artists. There'll be more fighters on there. You will just see it. I don't need to talk into depth, but then you have Wicked and Bad clothing brand coming out as well. So you'll see that. I'm excited actually having, a lot of people. So I market things a bit different. I'll just show you from before, so you can. I'm talking about it now, and then when you see it come to light, you'll be like, "Raw, boom, this has come to light." He spoke about this before it even came to light. So I've done a giveaway a couple days ago where me and Turk giving away £2,000. We're giving £500 to 4 lucky winners. So we made people who say comment below "Yo my people" and tag 2 of my friends. So that is only just for people to promote, for people to remember "Yo my people, yo my people." I always say "Yo my people." Turk always says it. We're building a brand, innit? We're building a brand. So when we do launch merch now, people know White Man's done it. "Yo my people," but people know the brand's getting bigger and bigger. Do you know what I mean? 100%. And a lot of clothing brands do, they will think of a name and they'll just make the merch and be like, "Oh, can I give you my merch?" But now I'm getting that name into people's heads. So when I promote it now, when we launch the first collection, you know where it is.
Basically, it's kind of like when you launch your first collection, it's gonna be like, "Oh God, that voice again."
Yeah,
"Yo, my people."
But you know where it is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
there you go.
It is, because it's. To be fair, when I hear it now, it's jarring, but it's you. Like I've even started phoning you saying "Yo, my people." I don't talk like that, but because it's the connection,
you see it, and it's for the age bracket, the youth or the whatever, they're gonna love it.
Works.
So just like Wicked and Bad, I got Wicked and Bad streaming platform. When we launch Wicked and Bad merch, you've already seen Wicked and Bad from early. People are catting us to launch the merch. So I do things a little bit different when it comes to promoting the name, and then launching the brand in order for it. Some people
make sense.
For some people just release the brand and people don't even know what it is. What is it? Like, yeah, it's a clothing brand. Everyone's doing a clothing brand. So there's them 2 elements. There's a freestyle platform. Obviously we got the Selects channel where we want podcasts. I want to invest in a few podcasts to come on the Selects channel, build them up, and my aim is to have the biggest podcast channel like going. Like I want to get to the 1 million subscribers in a couple years time, and Music Lifestyle Cultures on this podcast. You got another podcast that's do you know what I mean? Music Lifestyle Cultures on this channel.
Yeah.
Can I finish my talk, please?
Sorry.
Because you've had your talk. You get me? So can I have mine?
For real.
Thank you. Yeah.
Connie, you don't have to edit that. I'll let them see him badding me out. Go on.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to let you have that one. Go on.
Of course you can let me have it.
Go on.
So Music Lifestyle Culture podcast is on the Selects channel. Then you have like another 5 different podcasts that's on the Selects channel, and the subscribers are building all nicely. And using my platform, my Snapchat platform, my Instagram platform, I can push other podcasters and give them the exposure. You get me? What I'm focusing on is more the subscribers and building the back end of it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to working on that. And there's a few that obviously I've got my management team that I'm building, because I don't really want to be known as a manager no more. So I'm trying to place people. So I've got Turk in charge of the drill things. I've got a female manager in charge of that. We've got some structure. So all I can do is work on projects, because for me, it's like to manage people, like the experience that I got from managing is a bit, you got to put your all in. I ain't got time for it no more, to put my all into a human being. I'd rather put my all into a business.
Or a bagel.
You get me? Hair transplant. Yeah. So
no,
but yeah,
you got loads, but
building.
Yeah.
The Selects. Get me? The Selects. Plush House. My brother Beans. My brother Els.
Yeah. Thanks to them lot as well, because they've come on the podcast. This man's team from early,
Connor. The production, like just building with them, innit? Literally, because this is where it starts.
The co-host.
You get me? Obviously, Esther, the co-host. Literally just building and helping each other, innit? Like, even if it don't have nothing to do, man's not gaining nothing from it, but just helping. That's why I put that caption out in my post. Like, build a team that's so big you can't even know who the leader is. You can't point out the leader. So in a couple years time, I want to be that guy where you don't even see me no more. I'm 31. No event. Man's going to events. They're all 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds. Do you know what I mean? There's not an event really that man's going to that's man's age. So I'm getting old where in a couple years, you don't see me no more. You see a brand and you know it's got something to do with me. And when you do see me, you see, do you know what I mean? You see me at proper settings.
100%. And I think that's a perfect thing you just said there. In short, 2020 has been about teamwork making the dream work.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, good luck to everyone. Don't give up. Keep grinding. Listen, nothing comes easy in life. You're gonna come across 1,000 hurdles, and you just have to stay positive, keep pushing, and just stay around positive people. That stay around good energy, stay around positive people. And just try to just do good. Like, if you got heart is pure, and even if someone does something bad to you, just leave it and just crack on. So yeah, man, good luck to everyone. And that's my message. And Happy New Year. And obviously I don't celebrate Christmas, but have a good Christmas, have a good festival period. You get me? Put enough weight while I'm losing it. Boom, bye, Esther Fluffy.
I would just like to say, Bouncer, you better watch yourself, or you're going to need a new co-host. But yeah, no, I think that's a good note to end on. That was some good words of wisdom from you, Bouncer. Guys, that's a wrap for 2020 from the Music Lifestyle and Culture podcast.
But.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in 2021.
Ready. Bye.